And everybody, if you guys haven't had a chance to blaze out our October giveaway, you probably want to go do that, and you take a chance of getting a free Phosphor watch, because they are some badass digital watches.
And if you happen not to win one, go to Phosphor anyway. Put in Kevin 30. Get $30 off. Get your girl, get your mom, get your uncle. You know what? Do my favorite thing. Buy
Even
your
get
own
George's
Christmas
dog
gift.
Yeah, man.
Buy yourself a Christmas gift, because then you know you actually get something you want. You don't have to wear grandma's ugly ass sweater. You don't have to eat
technology, son.
You don't have to deal with Kevin's mom bringing bean pies.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with the nasty bread, that crazy shit with the extra preservatives.
George's uncle trying to take shit and pawn it.
It's usually he's trying to take a child. That's,
yeah.
But white people.
PhosphorWatches.com. Anyway. Okay. MMA?
Yeah. Let's start with the news. There's not a whole lot going on short. I mean, look, we could talk week in and week out about how the sport's still got problems. Right. Oh, I guess the biggest news is the owners, well, not the owners, but I guess the big wigs in these NFL. Roger Goodell, he's changing his first name, and so is Dana
White. They're both. Yeah. I don't know if you guys knew that, but George and I, we were actually, it just broke. It just broke on Bloody Elbow and actually on NFL.com, which was a huge coincidence that both Roger Goodell and Dana White are both changing their names. We're like, that's
and on top of that, it's the same first name. They're keeping their last name, but they're changing their first, I guess, names.
Yeah, names. Yeah. I guess I don't know. It's because they've both been under scrutiny or whatever, or just stuff with the
because they're trying to.
What are they changing their names to?
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong. That's right.
Yeah.
Kim Jong. That's right.
See how many of you get that. Anyway, on the UFC news, I guess one of the headlines that grabbed me when I was doing some reading, and
did it grab you?
Yeah, it did. It grabbed me right here, man, because it made me go like this.
Oh.
Because that motherfucker Stephan Bonner said he got kneed so hard by Anderson Silva, he was paralyzed.
And that's where the Superman
music
music
funny.
comes. Huh?
That's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
he was fucking straight Christopher Reeves in it.
He was in the corner like, don't hit me again. Don't hit me again. Don't hit me again. I mean, Anderson Silva's fucking nasty, man. And Bonner's like, fuck it.
You see how where Anderson Silva's come around to the idea of fighting John Jones? He said, yeah.
I'm going to tell you what right now, man. Anderson Silva is too much for John Jones. And I realized that over the last couple fights of both of their fights. It's like, and they asked John Jones a long time ago that he's like, well, he's just really accurate. And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you'd have to take Anderson down, but he's so fucking accurate. And Machida was fucking lighting him up for a little bit, John Jones.
Here's what y'all need to do. Go to our Facebook group, and then I think it was somebody posted, I want to say it's Felix, but I'm not 100% sure. Somebody posted Christopher Williams. Christopher Williams posted a video about the Joe Rogan experience, and he has a podcast, and it's good. It's a little long, but what you need to do is take it. He's talking to Victor Conti. Take it and fast forward that shit to the 40-minute mark, because everything after there, for you MMA folks, you can relate to. And for all you Chael Sonnen fanboys who want to sit there and say he dominated Anderson Silva, I think what you need to come to the realization and just sit down for a second and realize his test levels were 16.9 to 1.
Yep.
That means he had the allowable limits. Let's say you're in Vegas. He had the allowable limits of 4, 8, 12, 16. He had the legal test limits of 4 grown-ass men to 1. So that was Anderson Silva was dealing with somebody who had the strength of 4 men compared to 1. And even that's elevated.
Well, test levels.
Yeah, test levels. So that's even elevated upon, you could say 16.
I mean, Victor Conti,
breaks it down.
He can break it down. Let me tell you something. I mean, being in bodybuilding, Victor Conti is the man. I mean, he knows his drugs. He is a mad chemist.
And he learned that shit all on his own. He didn't go to school for it. Like, if you want to, listen to the whole thing and you get an idea of where Victor Conti came from.
I think a lot of people who want to jump on somebody's bandwagon and stuff don't realize how much more aggressive it makes you. And that is Chael Sonnen's fighting style.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you who you used to see. I'll give you guys a perfect example of somebody who's jacked to shit in the UFC early in his career, and he was so in your face and attacking you, and he was going through everybody at a very young age, and that was Vitor Belfort. And I'm
going to give you a little more of an obscure match just to give you an idea. Victor Conti mentioned on there that he came up with a drug and they sold it by the gallon, and Bob Sapp bought a gallon of this stuff. And it's basically steroids, like an undetectable steroid that they came up with, the cream and the clear. And he goes through all of it. It's in there. And he talks about how Bob Sapp got his hands on it right as he got out of the NFL. And he was using it when he fought Nog. Go watch that fight versus Nog. Go watch it, because it's not the same Bob Sapp we have today. He, in my opinion, could have won that match.
Yeah.
Just go watch it. Go Google Bob Sapp versus Nog,
Right.
and you will see a different Bob Sapp. And you want to know why? Because he was juiced to the gills, dude.
Yeah.
He was out of his mind.
Yeah. He was. I mean, it's a big difference, and I think some people just want to turn their heads and hey, you know.
But anyway, what I'm getting at is go listen to the Victor Conte, Joe Rogan thing. Fast forward at the 40 minutes and enjoy the rest. I suffered for you, so yeah. Anyway,
UFC on Fuel TV, Franklin versus Kung Lee.
We're gonna get to that after we cover the rest, or you wanna?
No. I just brought up because Rich Franklin's going to be the subject at hand before we go into.
Okay,
but do you want to talk about?
You know how segues work?
Yeah. Thanks for educating me, George. So I was kind of fucking that up. Everybody.
So what I was going to get at, look, the other big headlines is Bellator's holding.
That's another kind of big word.
No, it's those things you ride on. You just lean.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Shit. Not that hand.
Oh, shit.
That would have hurt.
George tried to like in baseball. He tried to like really lead.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have that breakaway speed.
Got back,
and the pitcher was like, "I'll pick you off, bitch," and the motherfucker slid back in the first and fucked his stomach.
Yeah, I'll put pictures on my Facebook page if you want to see it. The shit
putting the team on his back or on your thumb.
But anyway, the other big news is Bellator decided that they're coming out with their own reality TV.
Why? The Y alarm's going off.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know why they're doing it.
Bellator is currently under the Viacom umbrella. For people who don't know, they also have MTV, who also gave us the show called Real World, who, I don't know.
Give us 16 and pregnant?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother show for a whole nother day. 16 and fucking
my
pregnant.
Baby daddy.
Oh, my sweet baby Jesus.
What about 18 and graduate?
They don't happen in America.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, here's one thing that I want all of your opinion on, because I know I have my opinion. I'm going to get this man's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If GSP loses at UFC 152, who should his next fight be against?
Based on the UFC 2 years ago, or based on the UFC now?
I'm talking about today. I'm not talking just today.
Nick Diaz.
Okay. If GSP wins at UFC 152, who should his next fight be against?
Nick Diaz.
Yeah. I call this the Chael Sonnen rule.
Right, it's the Chael Sonnen rule. I'm going to tell you all the fight. You can line them all up for all the weight classes, because I mean Frankie Edgar was going right down and fighting Jose Aldo. He never fought 145. You know what I'm saying? I think I'd probably want to see. Let's say it. Well, Benson Henderson's a good lightweight, but fuck it. Let's let him go up and fight Johnny Hendricks.
Why not?
That looks like an exciting fight.
Well, you need a bad guy, though, is what it seems like. You need a guy who's going to run off at the mouth.
Okay.
So Koscheck might as well fight about every 2 months.
Yeah.
Bisping's due to fight somebody because he runs off at the mouth.
Yeah. Which is why didn't they give Bisping a shot at fucking
Anderson?
Anderson. That's what I meant. Yeah, Anderson.
Why not?
I mean,
they won't. I mean, let's face it. And this is what I'm getting at. We all have them.
Right.
Who do you want to see lose the most? Because we, the fans, all of a sudden now have all this control.
Yeah.
Because we were told we, the fans, are the ones who wanted to see Chael Sonnen fight. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't like loudmouth people who don't earn shit. If you're loudmouth and you earn shit, I'm fine.
Well, it's a problem because when he's out of Dan Henderson and him are obviously friends. I mean, they train out of the same camp and everything, but Dan Henderson's a little aggravated about it. I mean, it's, at least from the way he responded. What I want to hear before we get into this real quick, on the comment board below us, tell us all the fucking matches that you'd like to see. Bad guys versus good guys or whatever. Yeah. Who gives a fuck about weight classes?
Heels.
Let's leave it like the old UFC.
Let's take this shit like the WWF, because obviously we now have heels and baby faces now in the UFC, because that's the way we're rolling.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-White decided that's the way we're going to do it from now. So fuck it, whatever. If you guys don't get that reference, look up what the fuck a dictator is.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking...
Now, let's start out with this
Dana
guy,
Castro
versus John Tuck.
And what Kevin's alluding to now is UFC on Fuel TV, Franklin versus Lee. This shit is in Macau, November 10th.
I don't know.
No, I'm telling you, it's in Macau.
Macau!
Yeah.
Macau! Okay. We got a lightweight battle.
I can tell you right now, I hate...
Going?
Look,
I'm going with Tuck.
I'm not even watching this. That's what I'm going with. I have other shit to do.
It's free.
I don't give a fuck. If it was free and on my TV, I'd walk right past this shit.
If it's free, it's usually on your TV.
No, it could be free on the internet. What if it's free on Facebook? Ninja? Then it's not free, because technically, are you paying? Are you paying for TV service?
No, sir.
You're not paying for cable?
I'm paying for cable.
Oh, then it's not free.
Yeah, it's true.
Nothing in life is free. And this card, it's a typical UFC card as of late.
I mean, Let's go down there. We'll just talk about it. And we got a lightweight matchup with fucking Zhang versus John Tuck. Okay,
I got Tuck for the win.
I got Tuck for the win. I want you guys to be honest, because George, you guys are sleeping on MMA. Seriously, I don't know too much about either one of these guys.
Help me out.
And that's being honest. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not fronting. I don't know a lot about them. Let's go to the next fight. Young Ho Kang. Martin Luther the Kang, right?
The Young Ho Kang.
The Young Ho Kang. Sounds like a good porno to me. But Young Ho Kang versus Alex.
Isn't that your boy Karasis or You know him?
Huh?
I know you know this dude.
Caceres?
Yeah, I know who I think it is, but they don't have his picture up. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going with the Young Ho Kang.
Huh?
I'm going with Young Ho Kang.
Now, once we get into the lightweight matches,
now we got people
we're starting to get, because we got Takagori Gomi.
And let me tell you right now, just because we don't know who the fighter is doesn't mean that we don't follow the sport. It'd be like knowing who plays third string wide receiver for the Jets.
Right.
I got no clue.
Yeah. And you guys, this is the one thing, some of you guys, you're the people that are really, 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 really into MMA, that are watching this MMA video. You guys see George and I talk about mixed martial arts, but we cover all kinds of sports.
Yeah, go watch one of our other videos.
Yeah, we cover so many sports, so we don't know who's the fucking bantamweight from fucking Portland, Oregon that just got in the UFC yesterday.
Or the bantamweight from Korea.
Right. Yeah.
Name came.
Yeah. Or the one from fucking, you know, the French fucking
But you know who we do know? The Dong.
We do know the Dong, because the Dong comes hard.
So they say.
Yes.
Anyway, he's fighting Paulo Thiago.
Now, you know, a smart man would pick Paulo Thiago, but I don't bet against the hard Dong.
And unfortunately, last time we saw the Dong, he did not get up against Damian Maia.
He since then picked up a new sponsor, Cialis. He dropped Levitra. It didn't work. It wasn't long.
Now, here, let me ask you, for Macau, and I'm assuming that's way across the planet, how far in advance would you get there? If I told you had to go do a sporting event basically halfway around the world, if you're in America. Now, in America, I understand. If you're Korean, you don't have to go as far.
Whatever time zone I'm going into, so I'm just based on whatever time zone I'm going to get there 72 hours before the event, at least, minimum. Okay. I get there sometime between 3 and 5 days. I gets there. I get shit done, and I get there.
And look, the reason I'm doing this is Kevin is quick to jump on me when I say he's the same damn thing. So if I said I gets there, he'd be like, man, you're getting real numerous right now. So I can't say that.
Right.
But anyway,
you get real ninja-ish.
Yes.
Ninja-ish. Yeah.
Anyway, you said 72 hours?
I'd say,
if I had the paper, and I don't know what Dana does when these guys travel. I don't know if there's a fighter's hotel. I don't know how it's done. I don't know if the fighters are supposed to pay for their own accommodations, which I hope they don't.
Right. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's an event. He should be covering all that. I don't know.
Anyway, that's a lot of fighters. If I can't drug test them all, I don't know where they're all at. You know, it's kind of working.
You keep talking, because I'm going to look up something.
Anyway,
right now.
What I'm thinking is I'm thinking, me personally, I'm probably going to get there a week ahead of time if it's not on me. Right. If somebody else is footing that bill, I'm going to be there at least a week ahead of time. But anyways, I'm going with the Dong. Here at the Uncut Sports Show, it could be the Dong versus King Kong. We always pick the Dong. It's got to be one of, if not the greatest name in sports, and you need to understand that's just the way it is.
Right.
That leads us to a light heavyweight bout, which is going to be Thiago Silva versus Stanislav Nedkov.
I remember.
Is it China?
Yeah, I remember him saying it was the first card in China. It's actually the first UFC card in China, I believe. You know?
The perfect place for Dana to debut his new name.
Thiago Silva, light heavyweight, in a light heavyweight bout, Thiago Silva is going to be meeting
Stanislav Nedkov. I have a feeling they're going to stand and trade.
Yeah.
I really do. I have a feeling this is going to stay on the feet. And I'd like to see Silva win. That's me personally. But.
Yeah. I mean, I look at these cards, and it's like, I think a lot of people are like, oh, you guys aren't really reviewing fights, but it's like, to me, it's just not a lot to talk about. I'd rather talk about the other bullshit, to be honest.
There's not one fight on this entire card that has any implication on anything going on in the UFC right now.
At all.
I'm not saying that we need that shit, but there's not a fight on here that's going to be fireworks either. There's not one of like, man.
Like you guys seriously fire back at us and tell us that on this card.
Why are you tuning in to watch this card?
Yeah,
tell me.
I mean, just to say what on this card excites you, and what on this card has any implications for anything.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, I'm excited about Rich Franklin versus Cung Le just because I like both of those guys.
Bantamweight's the newest class, right?
Yes.
So I could say, you know what, right there, that makes sense. In the bantamweight class, to me, if you reel off 2 wins in a row, fuck it, you're fighting the champ. Why not? There's, what, 8 people in the class? I don't know how many people's in bantamweight, but...
How many... Did you say people's?
Yeah.
God dang, man. Cool, man. You gonna keep it real niggerish, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, I don't know how many people's is in bantamweight. When George gets angry, Shorty, his Ebonic scale twofolds. Immediately, okay? Immediately, Shorty. God dang, Biggie Nice. Come on, man. I'm fucking Biggie Nice, man. George is Biggie fucking Nice, people. Don't sleep on it. Anyway,
what I'm getting at is, look, we have been conditioned as UFC fans to think if you reel off 3 wins in a row, you should then be slotted toward the top.
Right.
You should be, be talked about more. So I'm thinking if I'm a bantamweight fighter and there's 2 of them on this card, I need to win, and I need to win in impressive fashion.
Right.
Because it's going to catapult me to the top of a brand new weight class.
Yeah, catapulting, man. I'm telling you, man. God damn.
Anyway, so Thiago Silva has to fight Nedkoff. Who are you going with?
I mean, I'm going with Silva.
Okay, I'd like to see Silva win, and then
Rich Franklin,
the company man.
Yeah, Rich Franklin versus Cung Le, and we'll go into how the whole thing. Rich Franklin's one of the biggest people or MMA fighters that's in the news right now because he's basically saying, hey. I'm getting close to the end of my career, and I feel like if I go out, I'm going to either retire, or will I take the route that some of these other guys are taking and taking TRT and whatever. Now he's saying that he won't take that route, and he won't use testosterone replacement therapy when he feels like he's getting to the point where he can't perform like he could when he was younger. I'm not going to hold him to that. And why I say that is because right now he's still able to do it.
Then he shouldn't have said it.
He shouldn't have said it, I thought. Because if he gets a chance, and all of a sudden, I'm going to tell you what, Rich Franklin to me is Rich Franklin is a great fighter, in my opinion. I really think he is. If you take away his losses, he got 2 losses to Anderson Silva, but look who he lost to. But if you take away that, he's had a nasty fucking career. He gets shit done. And I mean, I like Cung Le because he's great. I like his fucking movies, but I think he's going to fucking knock the fucking green chair off that troll.
Name one of his movies.
Huh?
Name one of his movies.
That's a damn good question.
This motherfucker said, I love his movies, knowing damn well he has never seen his movies. Don't get made.
I did see one of them, man. I'm not funny, but I can't remember the name of it.
I think you got Cung Le and Jackie Chan mixed up.
No, it's not Jackie Chan. It's Cung Le. I gotta Google it.
No, you can't Google it because obviously it wasn't that damn good.
It was good though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. King with some young guy. 7? Was he in that one?
No, man. It was a movie where he was
let me take a guess. A martial arts fighter.
No, I gotta remember. I gotta do this. I gotta remember.
Did he work at a dry cleaner?
He was like the hero in it. You know what I mean? But keep going, everybody, because I'm gonna tell you which one I liked.
Oh, okay. Anyway, the other big news about Rich Franklin, he's come out and he said he's considered a company man, and what he means by that is he's always stepped up on short notice, and he said he'll never turn down a fight. What he doesn't understand is that the UFC landscape is changing, where there's more money in the more wins you get. No one's getting an extra 10 grand because you stepped in short. I don't know what Dana gives him because he doesn't have to tell us. Mm-hmm. So if he slides him some money under the table, obviously it's not that good because even Rich Franklin's complained about his compensation monetarily. So I'm thinking, Rich Franklin puts himself out there in some weird situations. And then the other one along those same lines who has come out and protested about TRT is John Jones.
Yeah.
And John Jones can say that shit because he's what, 25?
Yeah.
What's
24.
Will he have the same stance when he's 34?
I mean, 34 in MMA, when you start fighting when you're 20, it's old.
So what's this movie that was so great?
You know what's funny? I
can't figure it out?
Well, no, I can't.
Check his IMDb.
Huh? These are the films. So, I mean, he was in Fighting Pandorum.
Shocker.
Maybe it was Pandorum, but it was a movie. God damn, what the fuck is this? Is with Dennis Quaid? Yeah, that was it. Pandorum. He was in Pandorum. That's the movie I saw, man.
What did he work as? Quickie Mart?
No, Pandorum. Did you see Pandorum was where they were on a spaceship, huh? It was Pandorum. No, seriously, if you guys...
Driving school instructor.
It wasn't... George, Pandorum. Did you see Pandorum? It was a real fucked up movie, man. It was with Dennis Quaid.
My TV doesn't display bad shit. Yeah, I have a block on my TV.
It wasn't the best movie.
Shocker.
But anyway, but
It wasn't in a best movie.
But you know what? It surprised me because
it was on TV.
No, because the other people that were in the cast, I'm used to seeing them in martial arts movies.
Wait. You're also, you and the person who hasn't been on the show in a while are also the same two people who sat there and fucking totally told me how great the supporting cast was for Gina Carano and Haywire and how great those guys were. So no.
Well, we said
good actors take bad roles.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. So fuck the supporting cast. The movie stunk.
I know.
His acting career stinks.
Did you like The Expendables?
Anyway, I would rather dry rub with fucking barbed wire.
Dry rub. Anyway, man. All right, so we're going to wrap it.
Tell us why you're watching this card. Yes. Because I have no incentive, even as an MMA fan, to watch this. That's like on a weekend, why am I going to watch the Colts and the Browns play?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of either one of those teams, and it was a bad football game. It was 17-14.
Right.
There's not a fighter on this card I'm a fan of, with the exception of Dong, and I just like him because of his name.
Right. Yeah. Now, with that, we're going to wrap it up, and you guys get a chance. Do not sleep on this. Go and check out the movie Pandorum. I'm out.
Man, save your motherfucking time. Do not go watch that shit.
Don't listen to George.
Why? No one listens to me anyway.
Yeah.